Namaste children. In the part second of the chapter freedom, we will discuss about the topics safeguard of liberty, harm principle, parts of liberty, in which we will discuss about the negative liberty and the positive liberty, and the last topic we will take the freedom of expression. So let's begin with the safeguard of democracy. Students, as you all know that if we want to enjoy the freedom or freedom in the society, so there should be few safeguards in society. So first we can talk about the democracy. If we are living in a democratic country, surely we will get the freedom, fine. And second, we can say the independent judiciary. Because our fundamental rights will be protected by the judiciary if the judiciary will be independent. Third is rule of law, because in rule of law we can say all are equal before law, so we can enjoy our freedom. Next is decentralization. In each in society there should be there will be you can say poor people, poor and lower section, SC, BC, backward class, and rich peoples also. So if the freedom, we can enjoy freedom if all the section of the society get equal opportunity in each and every field, in political sphere, in economic sphere, in social sphere, and other spheres also, fine. So these are the main safeguards of liberty, and we can enjoy freedom if we get these safeguards, fine. Now the next important topic is here, harm principle. What is harm principle and who gave the harm principle? What is the meaning of harm principle? So first we see that John Stuart Mill, he was a famous philosopher. He gave the principle of harm principle, and he explained about the harm principle in his essay on liberty. This is one mark question. Name the essay of essay written by the John Stuart Mill, and answer is on liberty. He in on liberty called political theory the harm principle. He said in his book or in his essay that the political theory is the harm principle. So here we see what is harm principle, and he makes different human activities. Like you can say there are two types of actions. First he said self-regarding action, and second he said other regarding actions. So if we will talk about the self-regarding actions, so all those actions which affect only on the individual personally comes under the meaning of self-regarding action, or you can say the consequences of an action done by a person affect that person itself. This is known as the self-regarding action. You can take one example. If you go to the market and purchase a music system, and you play the music system only in your room, and this the sound will come only in your room, and it affect only on you only, fine. So this is self-regarding action. You are not harming the other peoples of your other member of your family or other member of the society. So only the effect are only individuals is comes under the self-regarding actions. Next is other regarding action. When we say that again we can take the example of music system. We play a music but in loud sound, fine. So it affect the other members of the society and family also, and harm the members of the other member of the society. So this is other regarding action, and you can say the consequences of an action done by a person in the society is called other regarding action, fine. Now the topic is parts of liberty. This is your important question. This will come in your exam. This may be come in your exam in 4 or 6 months. So here I will tell you the main difference between the negative liberty and the positive liberty. So first I want to tell you, if we will talk about the negative liberty, so here the main philosopher, those are in the favor of negative liberty are Hobbes and Locke, fine. So in the negative liberty we can say the area in which no external authority can interfere, and non-interference in which the individual can express himself or herself, and concern of with explaining the idea of freedom from. Mean there will be no external authority can interfere in your matters. You can do whatever you want to do. Whatever your wishes are there, you can enjoy your freedom. This comes under the negative liberty. And there is main point is there with explaining the idea of freedom from. Fine. Now next you can say it seeks to define and defend an area in which the individual would be inviolable and in which he or she could be or become whatever he or she wish to do. Fine. Earlier I explained you that whatever you want to do, whatever your wishes are there, if you are doing without any external interfere, so you feel that you are totally free. Now next is positive liberty. Those who are in the favor of positive liberty are Plato, Kant, Rousseau. These are the famous philosophers. They are in the favor of positive liberty. Now the question is, what is the meaning of positive liberty? Here we see negative liberty means no interference, outsiders, or you can say no constraints on the freedom of peoples, individuals. Fine, this is negative. But if we will talk about the positive liberty, is concerned with the looking at the conditions and nature of relationship between the individuals and the society and of improving these conditions such that there are fewer constraints to the development of the individual's personality. For example, you can say if in society there will be no constraints, there will be no restrictions on the individual's freedom, so the powerful person or you can say rich person can dominate the other peoples of the society. So if all peoples of the society want to enjoy equally freedom, so there should be some constraints. So here we see in the meaning of positive liberty, Plato, Kant, Rousseau, they want some constraints on the freedom of the individuals by the government. Fine. So here we can also say that positive liberty are concerned with the explaining the idea of freedom to. Fine. In negative we can say freedom from. Now we can say idea of free to or freedom to. Now the last topic of this chapter is freedom of expression. As you have studied in your chapter rights in the Indian Constitution, you have freedom to express your views. Fine. So this freedom play a very important role in the individual's life. Here we can say this is fundamental value or right. Everyone should get this right, and there are several incidents of denying of freedom of expression. You have seen in the society, you have seen in the other countries also, where we see that denying of freedom of expressions. And in different countries in the world, we have already see some countries, if we can say that women don't get the right to vote, they don't express their views, or some section of the society. We will take the example again, the South Africa, where Nelson Mandela fought against the apartheid system. Black peoples of the society in South Africa, they don't get the fundamental right, freedom of expression. So students, this is all about the chapter freedom. In this chapter we have covered all the topics. I told you, I explained you about the meaning of freedom, aspects of freedom, ideals of freedom, harm principle, positive and negative, liberty and freedom of expression. I hope you understood all the points, all the topics will be clear to you. So thank you. Fine.